Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Sorry, my voice is like super scratchy sounding, but welcome in. Maybe it's because it's earlier in the day. Who knows? It's not really that early, though. It's almost 1 o'clock, but welcome in. I say that so many times. You know me. You know me. If you don't, you should. um, my name is Tanya, and welcome to Unfiltered with Tanya. This is a second channel or another channel that I have um, and compared to my true crime channel. So on this channel, we kind of just talk a little bit about everything, whatever comes to my mind or your mind at the moment. And we go from there. It's an open chat. So if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask away. Also, I am going to tell my story on how I required so much metal in my body. If you guys don't know, I was in a car accident. I am going to do that sometime this week, and it's going to be on both channels. So it'll be posted to Unfiltered Live and Titanium Built Live. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it live, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because you guys have been asking for a long time, and I need to deliver. I need to deliver. And look at this. Both of the Catherines were here first. Welcome in. She never stops. No, she doesn't. Catherine, she doesn't stop. Good morning, Jennifer. Mama 3, welcome in. Manic Mama. I hear you there. The manic part. The mama part, not so much. I have dogs though. Captain Conji. I was literally just looking up the end time to vote because, of course, I'm a last minute type of gal. Like to do everything a little last minute. Hey, Snazzy Trinkets. BHB thinks the fact that she's reporting on what crime time buzz dog and anonymous sources have stated that she is protected. I don't know, maybe she is. Sucks they don't arrest her, in my opinion. She's not protected. No, she's not. She's not supposed to be talking about them through a third person or like third party or anything. I don't understand what she's doing. I don't understand what she's doing, but she keeps doing it. She keeps doing it. So we keep talking about it. Hey, Salem Witch. Hey, Reverse Images. Nico, welcome in. Jeffrey, Tracy, good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody in here. Hey, Connie. Days of Painting. It's so crazy because it's Hey Sherry. It's a different crowd, because true crime brings a different crowd than, sometimes Betty. Sometimes Betty does. I think it was okay, I was reading. I was like, what? But anyway, welcome in. It's good to see everybody. Like I said, if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all the buttons. I'll try not to ask you throughout the live. I just try to ask you in the beginning. I tend to forget to ask you if I don't ask you in the beginning of the live. So that's why I do. So let me pull up some stuff because I have a couple things that I wanted to share with you. So we did go over part of this, but now there's a new part. So, of course, have you ever read something and it like leaves you speechless? That's what this did for me. That's what these posts have done for me lately. They really have. Let me make sure. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So we read this the other day. I think it might even been last night or the night before. We didn't cover it, but I just kind of clipped it in at the end of one of our lives that we were doing. And I do that a lot. If there's something that pops up that happens in a case that we should talk about, sometimes I'll just put it at the end of a live. So, always catch the lives because you never know what you're going to hear. You may hear something about a different case. So Dwayne the Dog Chapman put on here, and I'm sure everyone's read this part, but it says, Dog Nation, we have new leads from Oregon and New York, and we're moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states. So we're raising the reward to $175,000. And then he writes it out like we don't know what that $175,000 means. But okay. Oh, look, they even put more on his flyer. Oh my gosh. Wow. So I don't know if they're gonna give the whole 175,000. I don't know if, maybe this has to do with, like, it's gonna be included with the 50,000 that the FBI is supposed to be giving, but whatever the case may be, they're saying they're gonna give 175,000. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I don't know anything about okay, I went to school for criminal justice, but I don't know anything about, like, the law, but don't you think if you were close to finding somebody, right? You're real close, you're so close. Why would you raise the reward another, like, $50,000? I don't get that. I mean, does that make sense to anybody else? Because it doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, and sorry I'm not on the camera today. I was gonna plug everything in. My camera's on, but the, maintenance guy came, and I don't even wanna see what he did. So let's click on here and oh, okay, yeah, we can really see that, can't we? Ooh, now we really can't. Okay, let me zoom it in on my trackpad. It was getting a little too zoomed in. There we go. So this is not an official, this isn't from, like, the TBI, FBI. This is from Dog the Bounty Hunter and Nick the Hat. This is what they've put together. This is their flyer. So now it says $175,000 reward. Now, other than on the internet, how many posters do you think have been put out about Sebastian through Nick the Hat, Dog the Bounty Hunter, any of them? I would bet my channel that they have not printed not one damn flyer. Now, I mean, you can always prove me wrong. I mean, and don't go out there. I want it on timestamp. You know what I mean? Like, don't go out there right now and be doing it. But they actually updated, it looks like all of it. So we'll read it real quick and then we'll go on to Betty. Because I know a lot of people that talk about Betty, they care about Sebastian's case as well. So it says, Sebastian is an autistic teenager with a fascination for water. See, that wasn't there before. He was last seen in his home in Sumner County. Despite extensive searches involving local, state, and federal agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, no confirmed sightings have been reported. New information has surfaced from Oregon and New York, boasting the reward to $175,000. We remain confident that these leads could bring us closer to finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Oregon and New York, okay. Sebastian was last seen near his home. His mother allegedly, I like how that word's in there, discovered him missing when she went to wake him for school. Extensive searches were conducted involving multiple agencies, including ground, aerial, and water searches. Surveillance videos, cell phone data, and other digital forensics were analyzed, though no significant leads emerged directly from these. On August 26, 2024, the FBI announced a reward for up to $50,000 for information leading to Sebastian's return or the conviction of those responsible. The case remains active, and with no definitive clues on whether criminal activity is involved, the investigation includes re-interviewing witnesses, re-examining evidence, and following up on tips. What evidence? What witnesses? What? There's no witnesses. There's no evidence. You can follow up on tips. The Amber Alert remains active as local, state, and federal officials continue their search. At Night Private Intelligence is offering an additional, here it is, $125,000. So who's giving the money? Is it At Night? Is it Nick the Hat? Is it Dog the Bounty Hunter? Is it Hong? Who has the actual $125,000? Bringing the total reward potential to $175,000. In recent developments, new information has surfaced from Oregon and New York, prompting investigators to significantly boost the reward to $175,000. Dog the Bounty Hunter's team has been working closely with confidential sources, and they're optimistic that these leads could bring them closer to finding Sebastian. Okay, well, if they have this anonymous sources, what do you mean? And then, if you have any information, don't contact Dog the Bounty Hunter. Don't email him, and don't text him, and don't call at night. Look at that, working independently from state officials. Yeah, you're independent. This is out of control. This is just out of there's I mean, this isn't even all of it. That's the thing. That's not even the thing. Like, let me go back because there's a new post. At night, posted this yesterday at 8:30, 8:23. After reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time. And this is at night. This is from at night. That's Nick's agency that only Nick, as far as we know, runs, and he can't leave the state. So I don't know what he is doing. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, the FBI, yeah, Misha, the FBI are not, they're not playing with dog. They don't want to play with dog. They don't want to play in sandbox with dog. No, I mean, the Brian Laundrie case says a lot. I was actually looking into the Brian Laundrie case and Dog the Bounty Hunter and how he was terrible at tracking him. He actually left because of an injury. That made me laugh so hard because I'm like, oh my gosh, he was out there searching and he didn't know what he was doing, and it was hot and it was Florida, and he was like, just getting older, didn't want to do it. So he probably was like, oh, rolled my ankle, gotta go. So yeah, I'm sure there's been a ton of people that have went live about this. But what? No, you don't. You do not have. Who lives in Oregon? Where do the burritos or tacos live? Because I'm just wondering if they're like somebody that we all know. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know how they are. Oh yeah, the 9th is his dinner. Wonder how that's gonna go. Maybe he'll roll his ankle. He won't be able to go. Okay, let's go to Betty. Let's go to Betty. Let's go to this Betty. So there was one more that she just did today, but I thought this one was a little entertaining. Julia Valente will be in the chat. I'm sure they're all in the chat. It's weird. They're all working together. And it's not like they're working together, this group of people, to help find a missing child and be Sebastian, and I'm putting this in quotes, Sebastian's army, group of misfits that are all in this for different reasons, but similar reasons: money, clout, recognition, someone to be a friend. But at the end of the day, these people are the ones that are, if anyone is in a RICO, it's this crew. It's this crew, in my opinion. They are the ones that are out here doing the mostest, breaking laws, doxing people. Nick the Hat, I mean, it's on his Twitter. The person, he doxed Granny's watching, and now he's trying to put an injunction in on her. Make that make sense. And whatever happened to that injunction? We haven't heard nothing about it. Haven't heard a word, not a peep, not nothing. Not nothing. I saw Seth, it's been a while. It's been a few days since we probably did Betty or something. We saw him in the chat, I think. We'll leave the chat open. And I'm gonna speed her up to 1.25 because we just don't do normal on Betty, and we'll see how we go from there. Oh wait, where's her whiteboard? It's supposed to be behind her. Oh, yeah, listen to right when she opens up, listen to what she says. Intel. Betty, it's called chapstick. You're in the kitchen. You might have to walk with me for a drink. She's in the kitchen. Hey, Mary Beth. Oh, okay. It is Monday. Wow, that was painful. Welcome in, everyone. I bet you this is what we just read. This is her intel. Intel. Major news. Major news. This bitch. Man. Major. You all know this is a bunch of bull crap. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. I really truly do. I hope that like Sebastian is in Oregon or New York and he's hanging out and he's playing on his Nintendo Switch and they're going to go and they're going to knock on the door and he's going to walk out with them and it's going to be a big show and everyone's going to love Betty forever for it, right? I really do hope that. But do you see how bogus that sounds like it? I mean, seriously, think about it. I mean, if I don't know, I just feel like we all need to think a little more logically. Oh shoot, you can't see her shit. Sorry. I just happened to look at the chat. I'm sorry. I just happened to look at the chat. I don't know why I didn't share it. I did hit the share button. Now where the heck she go? There she is. That's so weird. Oh my gosh. That is so weird. Y'all, my StreamYard was like double streamed. Like it was like there was like two. That's weird. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Love you. Thank you for hanging out there for a minute. We'll go back. Even though I was talking over it, I won't talk over it this time. Actually, no, she's actually just going through the names. So you didn't miss too much.
That I have my opinion made up, although you guys know this team, we're coming in to help with the case.
So sorry, guys. And also, one more thing. I'll look in the chat. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if Seth or anybody comes in the chat.
And help locate or attempt to locate Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Now, as many of you guys know, they've been in the case a little shorter of a time than I have. I have my opinion made up, although I'm holding out hope that I'm wrong, because when I'm wrong, it's a good day. When I'm right, it's not a great day, right? So I still hold out hope that Sebastian will be found and will be brought home safely. Every passing day, that hope dims a little for everybody. Let's face it, a 15-year-old autistic child that just, was there 1 minute and gone the next and has never been seen or heard from since. It's a tough pill to swallow. And then when you see the grief on a parent's face and you see the unknown and you see them trying to hold on to hope so hard and having no cooperation from law enforcement, no cooperation from the mom or the stepfather where this child was last living and last laid his head.
No cooperation.
head. You watch.
Seth wouldn't be where he is in life right now if it wasn't for Katie and Chris. And that's real sad. That's sad. He wouldn't have his job. I'm sure if he didn't have a job, it would be real easier, maybe, for Katie to get full custody. Or I'm sure if she brought in those DVR paperwork, she could have done it. But she didn't. She didn't do him dirty. She didn't do him like that. She wanted Sebastian to have his dad in his life. I'm sure of it. But man, the way that Seth just is doing things is not right. They're not ignoring him. They just don't want to be around someone that's toxic.
Those struggles.
And I mean, the people that Seth is around is toxic, and I don't know how Seth doesn't see it. I really, truly don't. I really, truly, I don't know how he doesn't see it.
You watch those struggles, and it's hard, and you always want to do something to help, to minimize that, to anything and everything. And so it was just a breath of fresh air to have somebody else come in, look at the case, from a bird's eye view, and then start zoning in. And while their opinion of the case, because they're still going to go through all of their leads and follow the leads where they go, we're just on a different frame of mind. Not that I don't support their frame of mind. I'd love nothing more than to have their frame of mind come true, right? But they brought in $50,000 right away. They brought in $50,000 and matched the FBI to $100,000. Then it was increased
they didn't bring
to
in
$125,000. Guys.
No, okay. They haven't brought in a penny because we haven't seen a penny. If they had this money, they should put it into an account to where it is there for, when Sebastian is found, or when that tip comes in that leads to Sebastian being found.
Guys, they mean business. Stormy, it's nice to see you. Peggy, hey. They mean business, okay? They have now increased this reward to $175,000. So if you guys have not seen this yet, there it is. It's on my thumbnail.
Stop trying to be like JLR and use your phone and stuff.
You guys can see it, right? Hopefully it's not backwards for you. It's backwards for me for some reason, but it's probably flipping for you guys. So $170,000 or $75,000. Now they're seeking information related to the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I don't know if I've ever actually read this flyer, so let's read it together so everybody has all of the information out there.
So these are her people, but she hasn't read their flyer.
There, I did have an opportunity to speak with the team and just ask them, are leads still coming in? Because, we were hearing people say that this case was a cold case. Leads are still coming in, folks. Leads are coming in. So probably from crazy YouTube freaking subscribers that listen to people like you, Betty. I'm not even joking. That's probably where the leads are coming from. The people that listen to people like Betty, Brittany, just that spew the most vile crap. They've been coming in. This is not a cold case. This is one that just needs a lot of work and a lot of help. I think law enforcement has their mind made up on what they should or should not do. I don't think anything that we find out in the field, they'll ever come and collect. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems that way to me. So this is what it says. It says missing teen seeking information related to the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers from Hendersonville, Sumner County, Tennessee. $175,000 reward. Email tips@manhunts with an S, plural, manhunts.1. It says Sebastian Rogers. Information sought by Dog the Bounty Hunter. Sebastian, 15, has medical conditions, including autism. Last seen February 26, 2024. Call 844-922-3236. It also says, have you seen me? $175,000 reward. Date of birth, December 7th, Tennessee, United States, 5'5", 120 pounds, blonde to brown hair, brown to hazel eyes, sex male, American. NCIC is M757530007.
Okay,
it says
now
under
you're just
the
trying to
remarks,
make content.
This way so I can make it a little bit bigger. Hold on a second. Oh, somebody was asking me. This is the original tripod that
Silver shouts and sewers. seen that yet. I never watched him. I was going to review him actually today. We should have. We should have. Oh
robe
man.
over at Olivia's. This is my old one, and it has no tightening on it. The other one was nice and tight. You lifted it up, it didn't fall down. You know, you didn't have all this nonsense.
This right here is called a dry grift right here. I'm going to show you something that I have that I want a new one of because I love it so much, but it just needs a little tightening. Or maybe I just need the newer model. That's all. Just the newer model would probably be better. That would,
Nonsense going on with it. So I know somebody was asking me if they could see what I had and see if they could try to find it. I can't seem to find this particular.
Nobody asked her where they could find it. People make that crap up all the time. I got an email. If you ever hear that and you don't see the said email, there's no email.
A tripod anywhere. And what I love about this tripod is this feature right here.
She just said she didn't like the tripod.
This can fit into any purse. I mean, it's smaller than your small umbrella. That's what I love about this. And when you open it up, it extends. Boom, boom. You see?
Wow.
So that's what I love.
This got 12,000 views, guys. I'm sick of y'all, man. I'm so damn sick of y'all. Crazy. This is crazy. 12,000 views for this shit sitting in the kitchen doing this. I'm doing this tomorrow. I'm doing this today. I have a better kitchen chair too. That's my mama's old chairs. I miss them chairs. Everybody had them chairs in the 90s.
Love about it. So I love it that you can put it in just about anything. It fits. The one I have is about this big now. So it's twice this size. It doesn't fit in my purse. So I've always got to carry it. But this, I know people were asking about if they help me find it. This is the one that I'm looking for right here. If anybody finds this on Amazon, send me a link. I'm in desperate need of something like this. These things right here. This is the one thing I don't like is that these right here are so much smaller, but it works for me, it works for me. I like the one that I've got now because it's got a broader base and it's a lot more sturdy and it doesn't fall over from the weight of the phone. But anyways, I know somebody couldn't remember who was asking. I get so many emails. I went to turn around to, I think was it DNA? I don't know. One of you guys reached out to me. I'm so, oh, love Lakers. It's nice to see you, my love. Alicia, it's nice to see you. So if that was you, here it is. I know it was probably easier for me just to send you a picture. But you know me, I got to make things difficult. If Betty wasn't making things difficult, it wouldn't be a Monday, okay? Just saying, oh, River, it's nice to see you, my love. I don't know what name brand it is.
It's a Fuji Tech. Let me see. What's this called? Fuji Tech. If she were to look on the side of it, like if she were to open it, expand the legs, she would have saw where it said that. Because I could tell because of the remote on the gadget. I know I'm weird, but I have a lot of tripods and I just have a lot. I've went through a lot. I don't have a lot left because they're junk, but yeah, that's what it's called there, Betty. So she's, I don't know the brand.
These things that we buy off Amazon have no names on them.
No.
I don't know.
No, they usually do have a name on it, Betty.
All right, so let me get back to this. So this is what it says under remarks. It says, Sebastian is an autistic teenager with a fascination for water. He was last seen at his home in Sumner County. Despite extensive searches involving local, state, and federal agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, no confirmed sightings have been reported. New information has surfaced from Oregon and New York.
Sorry, I gave you the breaking news before she could. Oh, look at this. K9CP Jules. She blocked me on Twitter, X, whatever it's called. Okay. And I've never been blocked by anybody. But that's okay. Also, wait, sidebar. Sidebar. This is important. How come I got to go? This is really important. Okay. Let me go to me and Brittany. I'm not going to go to like her name. Wait, where's it at? Hold on 1 second, guys. This is weird. Oh, this is really weird. Okay, hold on. what happened? Okay. This is so weird. Because me and Brittany J had conversations on Twitter. And last night I think it was last night, I went to go look at them. And when I did, it came up under another name. It was like her name, but then when I clicked on it, it was someone else. So now I'm just trying to go through because now they're all gone. Like she must have deleted the whole account. What did she say to me or to someone else to where, you know what I mean? Like, to where she just literally deleted the whole account. That's my sidebar. I'm so confused on life right now. So if you delete your whole account, I guess on Twitter, your messages would be gone. So she deleted the whole account. It wasn't like she just like blocked me because my Jules blocked me, but all of our messages are still there. Like I still have all of our messages. But last night it was so weird. I must have like been looking at it at the same time as she was deleting it. Because when when I pulled it up, it was just my messages to her. And I was like, this is weird. And then I noticed the name was different. And now they're all gone. Let's go something really quick before we go back to Betty. Betty is not important anyway. She thinks she is, but she's not. We just like to laugh at her. Okay. Let me go snoop. I did it wrong. I spell her name wrong every time. No deleting. It hasn't deleted in a while. Okay. I was just making sure there was no deleting on the channel. Okay. Let's go back to Betty now. Very weird, very weird, very weird is all I got to say. Why are we deleting stuff? Like, what the hell did we talk about? I was like even reading through my part. I mean, we never talk about anything like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just regular YouTube stuff, I thought.
Boosting the reward to $175,000. We're going to get.
And these messages that I'm talking about were like years ago, like a year. Okay, it's been at least in December, it'll be at least a year ago. So, but they were just there. I would think you can't delete stuff because if you're supposed to be in a legal battle or whatever, you know. But I did go on her channel a couple times, you know, as a panel guest. And that's what it was kind of we talked about. I thought that's all it was.
Into the Oregon and New York stuff. Okay, just stick with me. We're not there yet. But boosting the reward to $175,000, we remain confident that these leads could bring us closer to finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian was last seen near his home. His mother allegedly discovered him missing when she went to wake him up for school. Extensive searches were conducted involving multiple agencies, including ground, aerial, and water searches. Surveillance videos, cell phones, and other digital forensics were analyzed, though no significant leads emerged directly from these. On August 26, 2024, the FBI announced a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to Sebastian's return or the conviction of those responsible. The case remains active and no definitive clues on whether criminal activity is involved. The investigation includes re-interviewing witnesses, re-examining evidence, and following up on tips. The Amber Alert remains active as local, state, and federal officials continue their search. At night, private intelligence is offering an additional $125,000 $125,000, bringing the total reward potential to $175,000. In recent developments, new information has surfaced from Oregon and New York, prompting investigators to significantly boost the reward to $175,000.
I want to know what lead this is, right? Like, what lead are you talking about? Why hasn't this been sent to the TBI or Sumner County? Like, what are you guys doing? If you have a lead, first off, you wouldn't talk about your lead, right? Just think about it. It's been we're going into 9 months that this little boy, 15 years old, has been missing. We're all looking for him. We've all been looking for him, right? Let's just play Betty's game and say that and their game and say that there is a confidential source out there that knows stuff about where Sebastian could be, where he is, whatever the case may be. Don't you think you would shut your damn mouth and take it straight to the police? You don't want to spook if there's somebody that has them and they end up hurting him because you're over here talking about it on the internet, right? Because that's what happens a lot of times. People get unalived because the killer doesn't want to be found out. So, Betty, and then Mr. E's Crimecast is in here and in the chat. So, and her chat. So, yeah, you guys, Captain Jules, why are we running our mouth? Why are we not taking this like information to the FBI, TBI? I don't care, anywhere but your YouTube channel. And Betty, when are you going to strap on them snake boots and go down there and search for Sebastian? Are you going to do that when you go there for your next court hearing? Because you haven't yet.
Dog the Bounty Hunters team has been working closely with confidential sources, and they are optimistic that these leads could bring them closer to finding Sebastian. If you have any information, contact Dog the Bounty Hunter by calling 833-TELL-DOG, which is 833-835-5364, emailing mostwanted@manhunts.one, texting 332-252-3636, or calling 844-922-3236. At Night Intelligence is actively supporting the search for Sebastian by deploying additional resources to locate him, working independently from state officials. So that is, I've never read that. We knew that it's a missing person flyer. Did I miss somebody? Oh, what is this? Bobby, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. And there was some other information that I can inform you guys. So I wanted to read this little nugget that I think you guys might find interesting. We are unable to confirm or deny specific regional details. However, At Night remains committed to actively pursuing leads across multiple states, including Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Missouri, Oregon, South Carolina, Virginia, and Wisconsin, as well as various entry points into Canada. Our team is working tirelessly around the clock following the discovery of a digital footprint linked to an individual.
Does Sebastian have a passport now? What the? You're just wanting to go to Windsor so you can go across the border and play a little gambling. Don't lie to us, dog.
Joel's with direct tie to the investigation, stated Jay Doherty, or is it Daughtry, of At Night. After reviewing the tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will be
Nick the Hat just came into the chat. Oh, wait, right here. Let's go, Sebastian Strong. I'm sorry. Sebastian Rogers, 175,000, Bolo, Oregon, and New York. Bolo? Why are you saying Bolo? And be on the lookout. Oh my gosh, Nick, you're just, this is not a game. These are not riddles. This is not a freaking game. And that's what these people are taking this as.
Remain unnamed at this.
They literally stream every single day about this. I'm about to stream every single day on why they're not saying, why they're not telling the truth. I'm about to be right behind you, Betty.
This time, while we have yet to confirm whether Sebastian was part of this trip, our focus is on corroborating these findings and identifying any additional connections. Dog Nation, we have new lead from Oregon and New York, and we are moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states. We are raising the reward to $175,000. So again, thank you, Nick and Dog. Dog and Nick, you guys are amazing, and they are always doing the right thing. Well, I can't express to you guys, I know you guys see that there was something that kind of went out about that little girl. You know, they are taking everything, even stuff related to Summer Wells, very, very seriously. They're picking up the ball. They're very thorough. This is my first kind of, you know, introduction to some of the work that they do.
Hold on, who's she talking about? Let me go back.
You know, they are. Well, I can't express to you guys, I know you guys see that there was something that kind of went out about that little girl. You know, they are taking everything, even stuff related to Summer Wells, very, very seriously. They're picking up the ball. They're very thorough. This is my first kind of, you know, introduction to some of the work that they do. And so, because I've never worked with, I mean, I've known Nick for several years, but I've never worked directly with him except on one occasion. And I've only met Doc.
Oh, so she's worked with him directly on one occasion. Wonder what that was. I'm curious.
The bounty hunter one time prior to this. And
that would have been, when you guys were all standing out in front of the Brian Laundrie's parents' house, screaming, hollering when they had to get laws placed because of you guys. Okay.
You know, I've never really saw them a whole lot in action. I mean, I've seen Dog's work. You guys know I idolize his former wife, Beth. I didn't change my dog's name because Beth's dog was named Delilah, right? So it was like one of those things that she isn't Delilah. She had a perfect name for her. So it's just.
That's kind of weird.
You know, this is the first experience I've had with like an intelligence agency in the way.
There's no intelligence agency, Betty. That's Nick.
That they do things, you know. I have to say that it's pretty interesting, and they take this stuff very, very, very seriously.
Does Nick have a voice changer? I wonder. Like someone calls in and he's like, "At Night Media," and they're like, "Oh, you know, we want to talk to, you know, Tanya over in accounting." Okay, I'll go get her. And then it like comes up and it's like, "Hi, I'm Tanya." You know, like voice changer, you know. Wonder if he has one. I'm thinking he could. I'm thinking that could be him like at night, you know, like if you call in there.
I think that people's misconception, because Dog is, you know, well known by his, you know, Dog with the bounty hunter and him and Beth and all that, going out and finding all of these, you know, convicts and people on the run, you know. I've never quite saw the intelligence side of the work, and I still don't see much of it, but there is some insight that I have. And the reason why I'm going through this dissertation is because I don't think people understand how amazing what they do is. And it really is good because they generate reports, you know, they generate things that you can tangibly see and put your hands on when it comes to certain leads and what they're doing to follow them through. You know, it's not just, hey, we're here, you know, we're here to get some spotlight. The work.
You know, it would be different if Betty's chat was like maybe putting in the effort, like, you know, yeah, we got to get Sebastian's name out there. We, you know, or just like talking with Betty as she's talking. But these people over here are talking about, "Hi, Delilah. Let's go. We need more tips." They have eyes all over them. And then someone's just over here saying, "I love your shirt with the butterflies." She doesn't have any butterflies. I'm not sure where that is. And I mean, I don't know. If you read the chat, it's just crazy.
What they do behind the scenes. And like I said, the misconception is that people think that these people are content.
It's like the people that are in our chat are like in a different world.
Creators or YouTubers or TikTokers or whatever. That is not their primary business. They use those, you know, platforms to get certain information out and also to generate leads from case to case. But the work that they actually do, like their job, their day job, so to speak, or their night job, however you want to, look at it, at night, intelligence agency says it all. I was very impressed with some of the stuff that I saw that they're doing that you guys don't get to see, and you guys aren't privy to. And I don't want to, go any further than that. But I just think it's
They don't have anything. They don't do anything. It's Nick's business. We've went through all of it. We did a whole live over all of him.
really good that you guys know this is a.
He's had 3 companies that I know of, and he's worked for all 3 of them. Him and that Jared Lesniak lawyer. Now, I don't know if that Jared Lesniak, that lawyer, if he's just that gullible. Because I mean, Nick has been convicted of fraud. I mean, that's not an opinion. That's a conviction. He's a fraudster.
Legit, their work is legit.
And then he has the nerve to talk about somebody else. And the thing is, he has the nerve to talk about someone when it came to like the smallest of charges that you could get. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he has the nerve to say something. It blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Legit. And just like with the Summer Wells thing, they took that what people were passing around that they thought was Summer Wells as a very serious matter. And they just like this new information from Crime Time Buzz, they're taking that information very, very seriously.
That Crime Time Buzz is a friggin' joke.
I can tell you they're taking it a lot more seriously than, say, the departments that should be taking this stuff seriously. I, again, don't know. I'm always a little apprehensive when it comes to the one kid that says that he was out searching and, found something and nobody would come look at it. And I'm very apprehensive because he's lied so many times and been caught not telling everything truthfully so many times. It's very hard for me to, just believe everything that falls out of his mouth. So,
Betty, you lie so many times during a live. We should do a bingo card, a monthly or a weekly bingo card.
I hope he, reaches out to 1-800-TELL-DOG and report what happened out there and provide some information to them. I can't force him to do that, but I feel like he should. Whether he likes them or does not like them, they're doing great work. And if there was some evidence or potential evidence that law enforcement refused to collect and he didn't collect it, it still needs to be processed. It still needs to be, pinpointed. So maybe.
Dog can't process evidence. Dog finds evidence somewhere, he needs to be calling the police department and telling them, hey, I found something here. You need to come out and collect it. If he has any type of morals, you do not touch things if you think it could be connected to a crime or a missing child. You absolutely do not touch it. You do not go near it. As soon as you see it, you step away and you mark in your mind which footprints were yours so you can tell the police when they get there where you walked.
Somebody out there, for the sake of this child, okay, not, social media pissing contests, seriously, for the sake of this child, the right thing is, if law enforcement isn't taking it seriously, call people that have the ability to handle this stuff and take it seriously. And there's nobody that is equipped to handle this stuff other than Dog, his team, including Nick the Hat, in their organization.
Oh my gosh.
They're an intelligence gathering organization. They have people, boots on the ground. They have people that can go out there and collect that information properly and preserve it properly. And I think that if this gentleman is serious and this did happen, it would behoove him to reach out to 833-TELL-DOG and report what happened. I'm, again, not going to call him out. But the people that do know who I'm talking about, please put a bug in his ear, because if he's being left out there and hanging when he's searching, that's not good. No matter how I feel about the person, whatever our history is, at the end of the day, this is about a 15-year-old child that, gets put to the wayside when it comes to the benefit of a child, right? So hopefully he can do the same thing.
Who is she talking about? Is she talking about Steven?
Because we are working on this, and if he's truly working on this and this did happen, he needs to report it, because the people he reported it to are taking it seriously. And we want to make sure that Sebastian and anything related or potentially related to Sebastian is taken seriously. So that's kind of where we are. I'm not going to spend too much. Oh, wow. We got a few things. Let me come over here and say thank you to all my mods. Don't forget, sometimes we forget how hard. Thank you, Melanie and Bobby. Thank you guys so much. I feel like sometimes we forget about our beautiful mods. Our beautiful mods, back when this channel was a Hot Mess Express and being attacked for no good reason
It still is.
Rather than to be attacked. My mods had to deal with all that. They had to deal with all the riffraff that was coming into the channel and still try to make it a pleasant environment. And you guys don't realize that. I know you guys see me on a public platform and the stuff I went through, and you guys, are appreciative of me being here, but you guys don't ever realize how much my mods go through as well, and what they've gone through and the walk that they've had with me on this channel. It hasn't been comfortable for them either. And so always remember to tell our mods here, thank you for the work that they're doing, because I'm telling you, this channel would not be what it is today without our beautiful mods. This world wouldn't be what it is today without our beautiful mods. Our beautiful mods here on this channel give back in their special little way, every last one of them, from doing amazing research to doing what they can and what's in their ability to do to help. And not just help this case, help all the cases. Sometimes they're...
See, that's not a mod's job, Betty, to do research. That pisses me off to high heaven. I have 2 mods on my other channel. No mods on this channel. We free flying over here. We free flying. We ain't even got a Nightbot. But I've never had a mod do any research for me. Never, not one time, ever, not ever, not ever. I don't even talk to my mods off of the platform. What I expect from my mods, and they know because I sent them a paper, because I used to be a manager of a store. So I put my expectations, literally come in the chat and have a good time. Here are the Nightbot commands. Like, Betty, you're, what I mean? And I know that she goes to her mods for like funds and stuff. They all do. They all do. Oh my gosh. And that's why a lot of people will have a lot of mods, because they don't want those people to go to other chats. So they'll mod them into their chat so that they'll stay there. It's weird.
Counselors too, so just never forget to tell the mods thank you, as much as we see them in here. And I know that they're...
But thank you to my mods that I have. I love my mods. My Ladybug and my Mary Beth.
Friends, remember that they have went through the battles with me, and they have all been right by my side going through those battles, and they have been subjected to some of the worst kind of bullying, insults, and commentary. And most of my mods are very Christian-oriented people, so you can imagine how hard that has been on them as well. So I just...
Is that why you're always talking about going to church, but you never do?
I want to throw that out there. This is amazing news tonight that we're learning. Now we know for a fact that $125,000 in reward money. Thank you, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and thank you, Nick the Hat, and your organization that has been pushing and advocating for this young boy and really putting forth effort to find answers in his case. So if you guys have any tips or leads, you want to remain anonymous, please reach out to 833-TELL-DOG, okay? There's a lot of money out there right now, okay? $175,000. If you're the richest SOB in this country, think of it as your next Bentley, okay? Let me put it in perspective for you. If you are a normal person like me, think of it like this. You get a house free and clear, okay? think of your future here. Think of your future. Are you young? Are you in high school? Did you overhear something, that you shouldn't have heard from maybe mommy and daddy or something else or through the grapevine? $170,000, $175,000 is your law license. Young whippersnappers, it's your doctorate degree. It's your medical degree. It's your, if you don't even want to go high college, it's your trade school and a nice vehicle and business startup money for you. So this is real life-changing money for somebody that has information about this boy. And we know that it's going to be very, very scary to come forward. But sometimes the best things you can ever do in life is doing the right thing. Even in this.
Yeah, Betty, that's true. Won't you go and get all those ROs that you have on you figured out? Won't you go to court and show up this time and not be a hot mess express, as you would say?
Scariest of times. I promise you, some of the darkest alleys I've gone through and the darkest walks I've been through have been related to doing the right thing. And I have learned over time, doing the right thing, even when it's unpopular to do, it frees you.
You're welcome.
It's almost, I don't know the word for it, but it just releases a lot from your shoulders, because the weight that you're carrying inside of you is like a bag of, just ball and chain. It's dragging you down. It's always in your mind. It's always in the back of your mind. It's always following you. You have it always nagging. You can't sleep at night. You're always awake. You got this information, and if you tell, you're going to get people in trouble. You're going to get people in a lot of trouble. That's what you're convincing yourself. Just do the right thing. That's all that's asked of you in this world. So if you have any information to the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers or those that are responsible for his disappearance, come forward. If it wasn't worth it yesterday, it's definitely worth it today. This is life-changing money. Someone needs to email. I think actually that wouldn't be a bad idea. For the people in New York and Oregon, if you're in my channel, you're from New York, you're from Oregon, go ahead and send me an email and I will send you a copy of this flyer. And maybe if you guys have the ability to print or go down to the library and print. If you are financially disadvantaged, don't feel ashamed of that at all. Just privately tell me, and let's see what we can do to make, if you're wanting to throw some flyers up in those communities, please reach out to me. I'll give you the flyers for those that can't afford.
Throw people flyers. It's so much cheaper than giving them one and telling them to go. They're not going to do it. Okay. I mean, really think about it. Like if you were to send someone flyers, if you were to send them, let's be real, everybody, this might just be me and my ADHD, but if someone were to send me one flyer and be like, here, I need you to go make copies. Well, I have a printer, so let's skip me. I need you to go make copies of this and then put them out. Like if you don't have a printer at home, you're not going to go to Staples. But if someone sends you a book, like, flyers, like a book, like a handful, you're probably going to put them out. I think it would be just a cheaper way to do it too. You know what I mean? Not cheaper for Betty, but cheaper overall. Like it would be, if I didn't have a printer at home, it'd be real hard for me to be like, okay, now I got to go get these, you know what I mean? Like print it off and then put them out. Like that's just me. Because a lot of people don't like to go out. They get too nervous. They get too nervous. Now I will go out to put flyers out. I do put them out whenever I go to the grocery, library, those things. But like I told you guys, they took down our board at our grocery store, so I'm not sure why they did that, and I don't like that because you could like see it, right when you walked in.
To print the flyers, I will try to find a way to get some flyers to you to post.
I'm trying to go back to the chat so I can see it. I want to see if Seth comes in.
Email me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. We need to get flyers infiltrated in there. You guys heard the area of Oregon that it's associated with. I'm unfamiliar what area of New York information came in. That's the information I have right now related to it. But if you are close to those areas, and it doesn't really matter, even if you're not close to those areas, we want to pepper flyers as far and wide as we can, So let's go ahead and get this out there, start raising the roof. $175,000. If you have information about this child, please come forward. We need your help. Even if you don't know if it's help, nobody's going to turn you away. If you got something that you think might help, say it. We're the channel of you. See something, say something. Nobody's going to say that's stupid. Okay? We're missing a 15-year-old boy, medically needy boy that's been.
No, they will. Nope. If you were to go in there and say, I don't believe, and just say, I don't believe that Katie had anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance, you would be blocked.
Missing for well over 8 months. It's all hands on deck.
Comment removed.
Anything and everything that we can do to locate this boy, we need to. All right, guys, like I said, I still got a lot of paperwork to do, court paperwork, which is, we're going to be like literally grinding to the deadline. It's a lot, but we're getting through it. So just pray for me. But, we always have time to stop and advocate for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's near and dear to our heart. We love Seth Rogers. We can't imagine what he's been going through. He's really been put in a situation, and his son have been put in a situation that neither one of them deserved and deserves. And so we just want, and it sounds like Dog and team,
forget about Chris and Katie.
Just want to help. So we're going to advocate. We've got some strong people. Love the work Silvers on the Scene is doing. Love the work other content creators are doing to really keep this case alive. Subaru Steve is another.
Subaru Steve, she said. Oh my God, she's bringing him into the mix. I saw a video of him the other day and I was like, what? Are we really fucking kidding? Seriously. This is the crew that we are supposed to trust to find Sebastian Rogers. This is the group. A guy named Subaru. I know my name's Titanium Built on my channel, but I got titanium all in my body. Subaru Steve, Bullhorn Betty, Nick the Hat, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Hong, just Hong. I mean, I don't know if he has another name he goes by. Allegedly with Brittany, Mr. and Mrs. Crimecast, I mean, Crime Time Buzz. It's like these are all, and these are all newer channels too. Like a lot of these channels are newer. They popped up with this case. Huh.
One that's been keeping this case alive. Brittany J, Mr. and Mrs. E Crimecast, Justin for All.
Justin for All. See, I forgot. She's naming them all for us. Look, this is wait a minute. Wasn't her and Justin just fighting when she went to jail? So did I miss something? I hate people that do that. I ain't even kidding with you. I hate it. I hate people that are like talking about each other 1 minute and then friends the next. It's weird to me. That is so weird. I didn't do that when I was a little kid. I ain't going to do that as an adult. You fuck me over once. Bye-bye. Especially if it's on the internet and I'm not even connected to you. Bye-bye. See you freaking later. Oh my gosh. You guys make me sick to my stomach.
There's a lot of content creators that are truly working around the clock to find great content to have this boy's face up on a thumbnail.
Okay, no, they're doing this so that they can get the people in their chat so they can make the money. That's why on my true crime channel, when we do true crime cases, I get 40, 60, maybe 100 people in there because we're doing true crime cases. But if I were to be doing Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers, but I don't do that. I don't do that to a missing child. You guys are using this missing child for your own pocketbook. And it's disgusting. And you guys have to seriously congregate together every day to figure out what all you guys can put out for that day to your subscribers to get views. What are we going to say today? Oh, let's go back through the first interview that Katie and Chris did for the 15th time.
A lot of people don't understand.
I mean, it's literally to the point where sometimes I want to re-show an interview, but I can't because a channel has re-shown it so many times that I feel like I don't want to do that to y'all.
Understand how hard it is to keep a face in the spotlight as long as we've been keeping his face in the spotlight. But we do it because it's a strategy that has proven to work in getting these victims out there and it going far and wide. If we only did 1 or 2 episodes on this, it would not have the same impact. Those of us that are in social media know the impact of daily reminders, the algorithm, building up the case, making sure people are emotionally involved in the case and keep tuning in so we can advocate. And every time we
make sure people are emotionally involved in a case. She just said it herself.
People are coming forward to help, just like this. We talk about
Go back. Well, let me go back.
Out there and it going far and wide. If we only did 1 or 2 episodes on this, it would not have the same impact. Those of us that are in social media know the impact of daily reminders, the algorithm, building up the case, making sure people are emotionally involved in the case and keep tuning in so we can advocate. And every time we
I never make sure that you guys are emotionally involved in a case. I try not to bring them, we bring the emotion of the actual case and what happened to the victim, but I try not to go any further than that. Just like with, for example, like Maddie Soto, this just popped in my head. With all the stuff that happened to that little girl, everybody's showing and talking about it. I'm not going to do that to her. She's already been a victim in this life. She doesn't need to be a victim in her next life. You know what I mean? Like, we need to stop the victimhood with her. She needs to rest in peace, Man, I'm about to just start making up information. I'm just going to start just going to the Facebook page and just scroll through it.
We do that. People are coming forward to help, just like this. We talk about New York and Oregon. I bet you I already have.
We should do a little experiment.
Emails of people from New York and Oregon asking for the new flyer. That is the power of social media. We will never stop advocating for these children on these platforms. Why? Because it works. That's why.
Please don't advocate.
Have a great Manic Monday.
Okay, yeah, that's her. We don't need any more of you, Betty. Please don't do this to us anymore, ever, on a Monday. Yes, justice for Maddie. That I mean, does it make sense what I mean when I say that? It's just like, I was gonna cover it, and then it's just like, man, I would be probably a crying mess, and I'm not a crier. You know what I mean? Like, that case is very hard. Hey, Tammy, welcome in. Always. True crime lullabies. None of them people are my group. I know it's hard to find groups that, are good, that don't put out misinformation, you know. Um, it's really hard, especially this case, because you have one Sebastian Rogers page that's run by JLR, and you have one run by Betty. And it's like, well, where do you go? Where do you go for the info? I mean, there's no info to be had. The only thing I want to hear about is the searches, and where they're going, where the searches are going, and how they're going. And I would love to see like drone footage. That would be pretty nice to see, especially since the foliage is going away a little bit. I don't know about down there as much as it is up here, but the trees are starting to get a little bare up here in Ohio, even though it's been 70 some degrees. So I would like to see those kind of things, I've been trying to get Vincent to get a drone. I'm like, you need one of these. Spooky. If I woke up, I would know. I probably have nightmares. Twisting normal thoughts. Yeah. It's like I can't even do it. There's too much common sense up there in my brain. Like, and to where I can't even go some places with these people, and it's just, I guess it's like opposite. They just do opposite of what common sense would tell you to do, I guess. Yeah, Catherine. Yeah, me neither. I don't want to remember her like that. When does Betty go back to court? I forget. Look it up. Wonder. I have it like bookmarked, but I don't have it really bookmarked. I really need to be more organized. You would think like I would be way more organized than what I am, because my whole house is so organized, but my computer is the least organized. Tennessee in the 20th. Okay, thank you. Oh, 15th with Queen. Okay, thanks, guys. I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really do need to organize my desk, my desktop a little bit better than what I have. So the 20th. That's so far from now, though. That's so far. I hope they lock her up. I mean, I do. I hope they lock her up. She's still tagging, hashtagging. She's still talking about them. She's still doing all the things. She's still breaking the ROs. So, in my opinion, if she's still breaking the ROs, then she needs to go see the inside of a jail cell for a few days. I think 10 days would do her pretty good. I think that would do her, now, I don't know if it would set her down a peg or if it would just make her even madder. So maybe she needs a little more time. But I'm not sure. Yeah, man. That's true, honey. Yeah. If the filing for the lawsuit was free for BJ, why does BHB have to crowdsource for 30,000? Yeah. Because Betty's trying to get $30,000. Could you imagine if I try to crowdsource 30,000 freaking dollars? And it's because it's a lawyer for what I did? I would expect y'all to tell me, Tanya, girl, like I would expect y'all to be like, we ain't doing that for you, girl. Now if you need something else, maybe we help you with that, but don't ever bail me out of jail unless it's because, I've done There are stipulations now, and everyone I think knows the stipulations to what constitutes. If something were to happen, you guys know when to bail me out. If it's my own damn fault and it's nothing cool, I didn't beat anybody up or something like that. Just kidding. Then don't bail me out. If it's, but it's like, this is insanity to me. She had Tony bail her out of jail. She had someone one night give her $1,250. Y'all, that's what I make a month. Like, what? What? I'm like, it's crazy to me. She already owes 10,000. Wow. She better start crowdsourcing heavy. She better start. Wow. And the whole Queen and BHB, like that whole shit show with the court systems, that just needs to come to an end. I don't know. I don't know the whole story or anything about it, but if I was that judge, I'd be done. I would be done and over with that. I would be like, I'm just dismissing this crap, all of it. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's in the right there, but I'm just saying, like, 'cause it's a lot. I mean, it's taken a lot of money. Jennifer, that's funny. Captain Ganja. That's funny. I'm glad you went to vote. Today's the day. Today's the day. Now, did we find out today? I can't remember if we find out today or not. Did we find out tonight? Let me know. I wonder if we should watch it. We don't usually do politics on this channel, but if we were all good, maybe. If everybody smokes the ganja and it's cool. The voting is very important. It is. And I mean, in my opinion, things need to change. And whether that's with, Kamala or with Trump, we all as a collective, as a country, I don't think there's one of us that says that we're cool with where our country's at right now. Like, we need to fix a lot of stuff in our country. And you know where we need to start? By rebuilding those towns that were all devastated by the hurricanes and the tornadoes and all of that. It literally is just off the news now. You know how that goes. It just is there one minute and it's gone the next. But they have no homes. They have nothing. And, and my opinion, we shouldn't be sending any money to anybody else. No one gets any money out of the money jar unless it's, for something important. I voted by mail last week and smoking ever since. I remember, I'm not gonna lie, I remember the last election that I watched. It wasn't this past 4 years. It was the 4 years before that when Trump got elected the first time. And they remember they were putting everybody's pictures like or something on like buildings. It was on like the I think like the tall buildings of New York or something, skyscrapers. But I just remember watching that and I said at the time, and I don't know if I agree. I don't, let's say we agree to disagree with this, but at the time I did say, 'cause I wasn't a fan of Trump. I said, if he becomes president, I'm not watching the news for the next 4 years. And would you know, I didn't watch the news for the next 4 years. The news was out. I was like, the news is out. I'm done. I don't know if it was because of, just happened to be, but I didn't watch the news for a while after that. And that was just because, that was what, 8 years ago now? So that was a long time ago. Long time ago. She does need consequences. Yeah, she's never had them. Yeah, she's never had them. Yes, days of painting. We need help here so bad, I mean, yeah, our country's going into, like, hell in a handbasket, seems like. I mean, it's been bad. Tara, I don't know. I don't know if it's her or not. The mannerisms in her voice sounds a lot like Betty. That's for sure. Spooky, probably a little wow. They've doubled. Wow. I remember property taxes were so expensive when my parents had their house. And they had like they did like they had to have like more property, or it was like more expensive because they lived on the corner or something too. I remember them saying that. My son joked it was like gender reveal party, boy or girl. Yes, that's what it was like. I just remember I was like, I was like, I'm not watching the news anymore. And it's so funny. Vincent and we just started dating like that year, and we were in his old place, and it was so small. It was so small. And we watched it, and he fell asleep during it. And then I woke him up, and I just remember we kind of like chuckled a little bit and went back to sleep. That was I didn't vote then. I didn't vote then. I had voted previous to that, but I didn't vote that year. So I can't really say anything about anything because I didn't put my vote in. But I do hope that whatever happens, I hope it betters our country. That's all. I just really hope it betters our country. Either way. Yeah, she does have to pay Kristen Case attorney's fees. That's funny too. She has to pay a lot. She's gonna be yeah. We could do something when she gets locked up for sure. I'll even play the Akon Locked Up song. But I'm gonna jump off here. Thank you guys for being here. I might come back on and do a live. It'll either be on this channel or it'll be on the Titanium Built channel. I'm not sure yet. But we'll come back and we'll talk about something later this evening. So if you're not subscribed, we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you subscribe over to Titanium Built as well. I did have it's actually pinned. So if you just want to go to the pin. Also, if you want to join our channel membership, I added that into the bottom of the chat there. So if you guys would like to join, we'd love to have you. But thank you for being here. I'll be back on later this evening, either on this channel or on Titanium Built. So just watch out for that. It may be earlier, like 8:15 instead of 9:15, but I'm not completely sure. So just letting you guys, giving you the heads up. But thank you for being here, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.